What up, everybody? This is Big Elbow. Like always, chilling with Dos Little Vatos, Averno, Atlantis. And first, I'm gonna get my contest entry for Key Comics Market Watch for his contest. And his task for entering this contest was to show a property that you'd like to see adapted into a TV or film. And so for me, I choose The Battle Pope Genesis by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore. If you haven't read it, it's just fucking hilarious. I doubt it could ever really get done because I think a lot of religious folks would get offended. I mean, me personally, I'm not real religious. I believe in God, but you know, I have a sense of humor about most things. I'm not easily offended, so that shit is funny. I could see it as an animated series. Maybe live action like The Tick or something, but I think it'd probably work best as an animated series. I haven't even read the whole series, but just this first volume would be good. Like, or maybe it's an animated movie. But anyway, so yeah, that's my entry. So if you guys don't know Key Comics Market Watch, he's got a real cool channel. I enjoy his videos a lot. He's always scooping some good stuff. So that's that. Next, I want to show as the title of the video, Nightwing. But before I get into that, let me just say that so there's a guy that I met at going to the local cons in my area, in the Fresno area, Tulare County area, and even down in Bakersfield. His name is RJ. Real fucking cool guy. He's about my age. Very similar collecting style as me. He's a collector like me, where, you know, we collect. We collect first and foremost what we like to read. You know, if something ends up being valuable, that's just cool too. You know, just to have it. But anyways, so yeah, I met this guy, and you know, we talked and stuff at cons, and he doesn't have a YouTube or anything. I don't even think he has a YouTube account. But he told me that, you know, he watches my videos and stuff. Again, real cool guy. Shout out to you, RJ, if you're checking this out, man. Thanks again for the heads up about this yard sale. So yeah, he was in town, and he sent me a text saying, hey, there's a guy having a sale out of his garage, a bunch of dollar comics, and he knows that's my shit. Is, you know, dollar comics are cheaper. You know, I'm in. So he said he sent me a picture of a bunch of long boxes, and so I was like, yeah, cool, man. It happened to be my day off, which made it even better. The guy, his name was Gabriel. He was cool as shit too, man. Gave us a couple Coronas. I took my friend with me, and my boy Ray, and we went and checked it out. And while we were watching, he gave us a couple Coronas while we were checking out the boxes. So it was just a real cool experience. Yeah, and so RJ, he throws me off once in a while, because he actually most people that I talk to at the cons or whatever, they'll ask, hey, you know, what did you buy? But RJ asked me, have you read anything good lately? And I'm always reading shit, but I just drew blank, like, oh shit, what? Like, no one ever asked what have you read? Anyways, so let me get into the haul. A shitload of Nightwing. So these are all dollar books. Here we got the Wizard 1/2 issue of Nightwing. Nightwing number 1. And the reason I got these is because I have a Nightwing trade paperback called Love and Bullets. and I like it a lot. Back when we used to have a Borders in town, I used to go in there and always I'd browse through the Nightwing trade paperbacks, and they all looked pretty good. I read bits and pieces of them, and they were all interesting to me. So I was like, hell, if I could start at the beginning, why not? I'm probably a bigger fan of Scott McDaniel than most people. I think he's gotten a lot better since then, but still, like I said, it was cool to have a number one. I mean, not just number one, but to start from the beginning with the one half and number one. I actually got a second copy of that because I imagine that Nightwing, and especially the way that the series is written, to me, so they're going to have to at some point do a show or a movie or something with Nightwing. I know it's kind of hard because such a big part of his story is that he started off as Robin, but there has to be a way to work around it and make it happen. And so I figure I might as well get an extra copy, one that I could sell off and then keep the other one for myself. I think they go for a little bit. They're not super pricey, but they're worth more than the $1 I paid, I'm sure. So there's number one. Here's number two. Pretty cool cover there. And number three. And I think as the series goes on, you could definitely see his art, his style maturing. You can see him getting better as time goes. So I don't have number 4, but I got number 5. I don't know who that is. If anybody knows, hit me in the comments. And number 6. So yeah, those were all dollar books, so I was happy with that. Now I gotta hunt down that number, was it number 4? Yeah, number 4. So then, skip ahead to Nightwing the Target. I don't know what this is, but it's the same team. Chuck Dixon, Scott McDaniel. Looks pretty cool to me. And it's like a pretty good sized book. I'd say it's got to be about 90 to 100 pages or something. It's a good sized book. Cover price of $5.95 back when it came out. It had to be like early 2000s. Not really sure what it's about, but like I said, it's same team. So that falls in the gap in between that stuff, and then I got this Nightwing Year 1, Part 1 of 6. Now, I already have number 5 that I found at my LCS in the 50-cent bin. So, I was like, I might as well try and get the rest of them for $1 each. I'm going to do it. So there's 101. Like I said, I think you can see that McDaniel's style, it evolved and got better. I also like Scott McDaniel's run on Batman and Green Arrow that he did. I like his style on those books. I think he's underrated, to tell the truth. So here's 102, which is part 2 of 6, Nightwing Year 1. Draws a pretty good Superman too. So like I said, I have part 3, which is 103 actually. So here we go, 104. Nightwing in the throwback costume. Original, or not quite the original, but pretty close to the original funny ass looking Nightwing costume that he first busted out with. There's 105. And somebody done fucked Batman up. 5 of 6, and then finally number 6 of 6. So yeah, I got that whole series ready. I'm gonna read the first. Shit, I guess I gotta buy number 4 before I can start reading those. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get number 4, and then I'll start reading those, and then I'll read the Target, and then I'll get to this Nightwing Year 1 story. And like I said, I don't think any of those were like keys or anything, but they're all worth more than the $1 that I paid, I'm sure. I looked a couple of them up, and they go for like, I think like $3 a shot or something. Except for that first Nightwing, I think goes for a bit more. Oh, and I got one more DC book. I got Batman Grendel, Devil's Riddle, part 1 of 2. I already had part 2 that I bought in a 50-cent or $1 box a long time ago. I dig Matt Wagner. I like the way he draws Batman. I like all the Grendel stuff that I've read pretty much. So yeah, that's a no-brainer right there. Now I got both parts. And I read part 2 a long time ago, so now I can finally read the first issue, and then I'll reread part 2. So there's Batman Grendel, Devil's Riddle. That's it for the DC stuff. So then I picked up some little bit older Marvel stuff. I got this issue here, Uncanny X-Men 182. My man John Romita Jr. That's part of the reason why I bought it. The other reason why I bought it is because just nostalgia. Okay, so my brother, he's like, my brother's 7 years older than me. He never watches these videos, but just in case, if you're watching, big bro, love you, man. So when I was like 6 or 7, he was, 14, 15. I mean, he was 13, 14. No, let me see. I had to be when this happened, he was like 16, so I was about 9 or so, maybe a little younger, something around there. Anyways, we had this issue, right? And I don't know if you ever seen the Power Man and Iron Fist where they're fighting Sabretooth and Constrictor on the front. And that issue, so like I said, my brother's in his teenage years, so he cuts out some naked some pictures out of the Playboy magazine of some naked chicks, right? And he pastes them inside of the comic book, so he doesn't have to hide it. Because our parents never look inside the comic books. Anyways, this was one of the issues that he did that to. But my brother, being the comic fan he was, actually he only taped the naked pictures on the ads inside the comic, on the ad pages. But anyway, so as a young kid, I'm looking in this comic book, I'm like, oh shit, these tits are hanging out. Anyway, so it's a nostalgia thing mostly, but I remember the issue being pretty cool. Like I said, my man John Romita Jr. on the art anyway, so why not? Anyways, enough of that. I got this Moon Knight that I had never heard of or seen before. It's number 3 of 4. I believe Doug, whatever is the writer. Tommy Lee Edwards art, which is what sold me on it. Tommy Lee Edwards, I dig his art. It reminds me a lot of my man John Paul Leon. And so yeah, now I'm on the hunt for the rest of these, and they're not actually that cheap. I looked them up, and they go for a couple bucks. Then I got this Hulk number 600, Ed McGuinness on Hulk. $1, I'm in. Plus I got Spidey. Thick ass book right here. Wraparound cover, Doc Samson, Abomination. So yeah, I mean, fuck it, I'm in. I looked inside of it, and besides Ed McGuinness stuff, there's also some stuff drawn by Tim Sale, I believe, which is pretty cool. So then next I got this Avengers vs. X-Men Round 1 blank cover. I already have one of these, not a blank cover, a regular issue, and I like it. But I just bought the blank cover because I want to give it a shot at drawing the cover myself. I tried doing a cover for MPH a while back, and I fucked it up, man. It was coming out alright, and then I tried to hit it with some color on with some Copic markers, and I fucked it up, man. But that was a 50-cent book, so no loss. I did not trip it off. It was just frustrating. I did the pencil work and then did some inks, and then I fucked it up when I started trying to color it. So maybe I'll just do inks on this one. And that's it for the Marvel stuff. Next I got some Mirage TMNT, because my TMNT collection is just shameful, especially considering, you know, my upbringing with TMNT. Like, I was fortunate enough as a kid to get to read the Ninja Turtles before the cartoon ever came out, so I felt like I was way ahead of the curve, you know. And then the cartoon came out, and it just pissed me off because it wasn't like the comics. But anyway, so sadly, my brother has, you know, those old books that we had. I don't have any of them. My TMNT collection is fucking weak. So when I see one, I pick it up. It's part 11 of 13 City at War. Then next up, I got some Battle Chasers from Joe Mad, just filling in some issues that I was missing. I still don't have all of them, and I think I might have even bought. Here's number 3. Here's number 4. I like that cover a lot. And then number 6. I'm like almost 100% sure I already have this. I don't know why I bought it, but if it was $1, maybe I'll pass it on to somebody else. Anyways, that was it for the yard sale. It was in my hometown. If Gabriel, the guy who was selling the books, is watching, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for your hospitality and the good bargains. And again, shout out to RJ for giving me the call. Good looking out. Appreciate it, man. And that was awesome. It was made my day off a lot more fun than I was expecting. So that was real cool. So that's it. Next month I got the little con coming up in Porterville, so that should be fun. I got a lot of reading to do, man. My to read pile is getting out of control, so I'm gonna take my own advice and get off of YouTube and go read some fucking comics.